Voice chat knows. What stock is that again? Welcome to Read the Room with Unc. What is up, everybody? This is Unc coming at you with this week's Read the Room. Um, Not too much of review this week. We did two sessions this morning. Kind of broke up the news for you guys. Just general talk about the market and then the actual hot list go over. Just to kind of keep it a little segregated in case one, you're looking for something for reference, or two, you only have time to do one. Um, One you can kind of do looking at, which is the hot list when we go over the hot list. The other one you can just listen to on your ride. So kind of trying to not only create more content but make it a little more digestible. I understand that two and a half hours is probably a lot for a lot of you guys. So with that, I want to keep this extra short so everyone can spend the 10 15 minutes that is this is. I'm going back to a little less risky. I was real close to 5 and 10 last week, especially with Friday. That's my cutoff. I need to be winning 2 out of 3 plays, or I'm not worth anything, in my opinion. So I'm going back to the basics this week a little bit. Not that last week was a bad week. I think I just tested the limits there, especially when the market had a little pullback. So without any further ado, nothing but straight notes this week. So let's hop right into it. All right, number one, I'm trying to catch a couple of these. It's where my risk is going to be in these social plays. So Brush is the first one. It's a continuation from last week. It's an IPO I like. We had $182 ads, current best. Current range is back to the upper two. Best to rinse and repeat this update. Low volume, but still in the channel. It's going to be real simple here. It's just continuation. This is the only thing I don't like about this right now. We're just not getting a lot of volume. But it's real safe down here at this 180. It's only been out for about a month. Could break down to another level. There's no TA down there. That's kind of been the line in the sand for people that are holding this. So be mindful if this does break down. Um, there is no telling where it could go, but I do like how it's kind of lived in this channel for the better part of 3 weeks, for the better part of the life of the stock. Still range, we're still only looking for the range back into the twos, 250s. But as a social play, this could get going a lot farther. And as most of you know, the first few are going to be the repeaters. Try to keep, five to eight of the good ones every week. So next will be PTLO. Portillo's daily note moved up here. 229 with range of 28. Like this company long term. The update last week was just below our level. This week it's just above our level. Go and check the chart here real quick. Apologize if my voice is off here. I had a long Friday night, um, screaming at a soccer game, so it's a little rough here. So yeah, we were just below this level last week. Now we're just above this level, but this is the grand finale. Looking for this to come back here. Professor did say the flow is looking a little better on this. Um, Another reason I kept it in the notes. Not the biggest one, ratio wise short term, but I do like these guys long term. Next up is Givo 310 range back 370 big picture still offer price of 450. That should say update right there. Reset Friday. We just reset for a lot of things. Got their ass kicked Friday. But yeah, this was trending up. We were up to 330s even. So we came off the line about a quarter, which was a good to see. Kind of held the 20s, which really good to see. And then Friday just took over right back to our line. So this is just a reset play for me. If you look at the weekly, it pretty much just stayed in the same spot. So we're going to stay on this one. Kind 324 flipping support. Flipping to support with range into the fours. Weekly looks ready. Same note. That's kind, right? Yeah. So this 324 is just sticking here last week. It was playable last week for a quarter or so, but you can see it definitely on the hour chart. Can even see it on the weekly a little bit. Just a really strong level of support. Big gaps back here. That's why I'm keeping this around. OPAD insider buying. Those two words right there are the reason it's staying on here. I trust this. At 170, level holding well in the chart. 230 is our main line. Nice channel update. Just add some volume, please. Couple of these plays that was the one negative. to them is they're not getting volume. So this is about 10 cents below. Definitely barcoding, but I'm trusting these insider buys. And again, just back to our level is 60 cents. That's like a 30% trade from here, maybe even a little more now that we've dipped. But I like the potential of a breakout afterwards. So very interested in keeping this one down here. Only negative right now is the sector. Real estate is not the hottest sector. So this might be in this channel here for a little while. Um, yeah, hourly channel here. It might be stuck, 160, 173 for a while. But I'm fine with dollar cost averaging into this one or keeping it small enough to where it really doesn't um, it won't hurt your account. Like 100 shares for me is 150 bucks. It'd be awesome if I got 230 out of that 150 bucks. That's not a bad trade. But I don't have to worry about $150 sitting in this position. So find that setup for yourself on some of these plays, especially the ones that are holding ranges well. XSPA, keeping this on the list. Dollar needs to flip the support resistance. 130 is my next level. This actually ASRT, which is down here somewhere, and XSPA. Yeah, we'll get there in a second. And XSPA are two of my go-to. I learned on stocks. So that's why I like to trade them and bring them here because they taught me a lot. If you check this thing out, we were playing the 75 level, I believe, down here. We tested the dollar once, finally broke through. So now I'm just looking for this to hold so we can check back up to this 135. Like a lot about it right now. Maybe news incoming, not too sure. For me, it's a low risk, higher reward stock because this thing can move 100%. Rig, flipping 350 to support from resistance. One of the better copper energy plays, range back to fives. Same note. So I was keeping this. Well, I don't know if I was going to keep this, to be honest with you, but this was already on the hot list last week off this 350, and the professor came with after looking at flow. I want to keep it on there. So I still like this a lot. Look at your weekly trend. You just buy it when you get at 350-ish. Takes it back to 375, 380. I like those quarters. All right, up next we got ASRT. Best dip buy up. I'm going to spend a minute on this one too here. 287 acting like resistance, 260 catching on as support. A lot of range here. I play the stock because they have a ridiculous amount of money. I think we started playing it at like 95 cents ER in November back here. Yeah, way back in here. It was under a buck. It was just under a buck. But the trend is just not giving up. We're kind of holding this 260 line. This is 287. 260 is kind of probably a little better level. But the 287 for me, when that confirms, that's when you do go to the 4 range. So that's why I have it on my chart. Me and Vegan both played this last week. I don't know if he got out of it, but I played 260 to 280 and just keep playing that. That 20 cents is perfect for me. It's about 5 to 7%. So I like that. And then if we do break through this channel, you just keep your position. I don't think we're going to check all the way back down to the $2 level. But any dip buy and playing it back to 287 right now is probably the best until the market picks back up. I think it's an ER dip is really what it is. And I think this just retraces in the long run. This retraces back to 4. I think they hit with an offering. Yeah, that $70 million offering. So that does change it a little bit. It closed on the 25th. So now that the offering, that was Friday, right? No, it closed Thursday. So now that the offering's closed, we should trend back up. Yeah, I like this one a lot. All right, some social action here. Drug, best RTL, social, and trend is holding. Low twos, 220 is my number if you need an actual number, or low twos, because this thing's going to have range. But your pre-market and previous day will be the best ads. Range to 4. This is definitely a lotto, but the volume's too good. This trend on the flipping hourly is amazing. We're just higher, 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 higher. It's just walking itself back up. At 220, I don't think we get to 2, so I marked the 2. I'll even throw a line up here for you guys. Man, it's right there. 2. 220. Bam. So yeah, I'm looking for that shelf right there basically to hold at this point in time. But again, these levels are going to be these pre-market and previous day levels. Those they're high and your pre-market low pretty much lined up there. That's what you're going to look for is similarities in these levels. I wish I had a little bit more. Let me go over here. Yeah, just like here, you have a previous day high that turned into the previous day low. So this is 2 days ago. This is 1 day, but that level's very familiar. You're going to get pops off of that. Look for similar things in this chart. Yeah, this $1.50. Jesus Christ. Look for similar things in this chart, especially when it comes to RTL. So far, it has been using those as a roadmap. PSFE $1.80, $1.31, $2.31, excuse me. Channel from Voice. Basic play here. Take your base hits. Shout out to Tune on this one. This is something he found a long time ago, and I just never let go. Love this level here. See it real well on the weekly. Yeah, just comes off of this 185. If you it hit 172 there, it hit 178 there. I like to get filled, so I usually have a couple pennies above the actual lowest ever. But we're playing this main guy back here from the first drop, which was 184. Again, take your base hits. 20 cents on this thing is 10%. Express Secret Meme has ER this week, so be sure to follow the news. 192 main level, 260 last high. That's the zone. I really do like this level on Express. It's kind of flipped support resistance over the last month and a half. A little too dippy to me. To me, that $2 level is probably more of where it should be. Yep, just like the setup, we got a news catalyst coming in. Keep it simple here. And if other memes run, this also sometimes gets looked at. I really think this is why it pumped last time. It's just on the memes in general running. So hopefully we can get a good ER and memes running this week, and this thing will 100%. On again, off again relationship. Clove looking for 270 to hold. Old line was 256. Like that zone for ads. Flow and TA around 350. So the flow and the TA come up the same on this regularly. The whales don't know when, but they really think it should be 350. At 275, you could see we had 256, but if you look on the weekly, especially, it flipped. It looks like it flipped to 275. So I don't want you guys to miss out on a play. So that would be my ad zone, or those two numbers back to 3. Another repeat winner here. AYVA. All right, this is probably the I don't know, drug might be too. One of the more riskier plays here, but I like it. I think it has potential. It's another social that I like to trend. $1.30 flipping SR. Think we get a 2 test if that flips. Yeah, this right here, 85 cents is volume profile, so that's where the risk is. There's just nothing really to catch this thing if it starts to fall. But I like the trend where it's at currently, especially if this just holds Monday. This 130 flips support resistance. I don't really have a target on the weekly. It's ridiculous. This is kind of what I'm playing. So like it a lot, especially at this price. All right, Nat, sector and level play. 259 hour level. $3 psych has been resistance. Weekly looks ready. Nat was here last week. That Friday dip just killed this play, but when your level holds, that's what you like to see. So I like that the 259 is holding, or 260 is holding here. Plenty of range off the weekly. It's giving 20-25 cents off of that, no problem. And the bottom one here is Go EV, 326, $5 current channel. Love the sector. They're a charger, especially this week. The reason for that is ChargePoint has a ER. They all tend to move together if one has really, really, really good news. Low volume there. I don't like that, but you see 326. Just kind of bouncing off of that level. Is that the note? If that's not the note, I'm switching that. Yeah, 326. That's the note. 326 to 5. That's just your channel. You can see it right here. I don't think we've gotten to 5, but in the right conditions, I think that's a no-brainer for this one. definitely beat down. Um, but I like that we're not only sitting a little bit below volume profile on both, but that's kind of the volume profile is a reasonable target. All right, and that's the focus notes this week. I know it was a little quick and short, but you guys have almost 3 hours of content. I doubt you'll get through all of it. As always, if nothing not necessarily makes sense to you, but if you have a question, just ask and I can run you by any of these plays at any point in time. All right, everybody, let's have a good week this week. Remember, always have a plan. Try to not necessarily predict the market, but just have an overall idea of what's going on in the market. Maybe have a sector that you are watching, and continuously take really good notes. Save your winners, get rid of your losers, and most importantly, respect the lines and always read the room.